Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So here I am back from the Equip Expo. Just got back yesterday, and we had a great time. Got to make a lot of good connections as always, hang out with friends. But here I am back today on Saturday. Got a lot of things that I got to catch up on now around the house. And last week I did one of those vlogs where I kind of just went through and showed you what I was doing during my day. I got a lot of good feedback with that, so I figured, well, let's just keep that trend going, and we'll do it again. So I think the first thing we need to do is do a little domination update here, because if you remember from last week, I was talking about the uncut versus the cut man when it comes to St. Augustine grass. Well, now I'm the uncut man, and the neighbor, well, he just cut this morning. So now you can see the domination is much more clear. And this is, again, St. Augustine grass. Once his gets cut, it reveals, you know, a lot of what's not happening there. And again, mine has not been cut, so that tall grass tends to mask what's really going down on underneath. Now, for those of you that are new with St. Augustine grass, the reason it does this is because when you get down so far, you're really not into grass blades. You start getting down into the stolons. So I have to do this every year because a lot of you folks, especially those of you that are not from Florida that move here, you don't really understand how our grass grows. So it looks beautiful right here. It looks all pretty, especially when you look at it like that. Look at that. It just looks gorgeous, right? Well, let's get the shadows out of the way. Look at there. I mean, it's just thick and juicy and beautiful. But when you get down under here and you start looking, you know, you can feel it's like so spongy. Why is that? Well, because what's pushing up these grass blades are thousands of these right here. That right there, see? That's called a stolon, and actually that's not a very long one. That's just the business end right there, and one node. This thing is probably much, much longer than that. Here, let's see if I can get a longer one here. Oh, he's not very happy with me. Come on, buddy. I know, I'm so sorry. I know, you got to take one for the team here, bro. I can feel the pain coming from this poor guy. He spent the whole year, actually there's a couple of them here, spent the whole year just growing and lengthening. What is that Bible verse? Lengthen your cords and strengthen your stakes. Yeah, so look at that. That is a stolon. Look at how long that one is. And see that? Look, see these nodes on here? Every one of these little nodes pushes up grass blades. And so that's why our lawns just are so different. When you takes a different kind of lawnmower to really cut them correctly. Just a whole different thing. And I say a different kind of lawnmower. They sell the same lawnmowers everywhere, but the lawnmowers that cut your bluegrass really nicely, yeah, they don't do as good on our lawns. Anyway, we can talk more about that later. But look at that. So there are just thousands of those just interwoven. And actually, here's another one. Look at this guy. That's a freaking Stola constrictor right there, bro. And so there's thousands of those all up in there, right? And so again, when the grass blades are pushed up, that's all you're seeing. It looks really pretty, but when you come back here and you kind of cut down into the meat, there's not as many of those grass blades that are kind of masking, and so it doesn't look that good. So that's why I always say St. Augustine grass always looks best about 2 days after it's cut. So nice little lesson there on growth habits, and that's why you can't treat this grass like you treat your Kentucky bluegrass. Your Kentucky bluegrass would have no idea how to produce that. And I'm not bagging on Kentucky bluegrass. I'm just talking about those of you that move here. You have to change your mindset when it comes to your lawn because of the way that it grows. So anyway, we're gonna give this a cut now, and then we'll take another look and see how the domination holds out. All right, there we are, all finished with a cut, and it looks like we're still holding pretty well. So there we go. That was just cut this morning, so basically same day. Still holding. Now, I don't know, can you see? Here, let's go around here. You see these little light spots like right there, right there? What that is, that's tropical signal grass that's broken through. A lot of you all have this and not really know it. And now that it's cut, I'm not gonna be able to show you any seed heads, but I usually don't have this much breakthrough. Well, see, there's St. Augustine grass right there. But that is tropical typical signal grass. I don't usually have this much breakthrough, but this year I did. I don't know if it's because we had a drought. The west coast of Florida here, southwest Florida, was in a severe drought most of the year. Still is, probably. I'll look and put something on the map right there. But usually my Prodiamine apps will keep this out. Now we're late in the season and we're gonna do a Prodiamine app today, but it won't do anything for this. Now that herbicide that I used to, the Recognition and the Fusilade that I used to destroy my palmetto over there that's still not growing, that is supposed to suppress signal grass, but I got actually 0 results on signal grass with it. So, and I'm not gonna mix that stuff up anymore this year, because I'm not gonna chance it. It does too much stunting. But anyway, this is all signal grass right here. This is a big old patch of it. Look at that, that's all signal grass. A little bit of St. Augustine coming through there, but that is just horrific. So most of you won't even notice it, but I can see it. It's those little lighter spots because it sits a little bit flatter than the rest of the lawn does. So a little bit in there, a little bit right there. Anyway, let's go have some fun spraying and praying.
A few minutes later.
I'm over here at the neighbors. I've been mowing their lawn, and I wanted to just show you something. If you have a Florida lawn and you've been seeing these sticking up, what that is, that's a Bahia grass seed. I probably should yell it, right? But yeah, that's seed heads from Bahia grass. You can look down in here. This is common area over here. You can see them there, see right there? You know, there are a couple here and there. That's Bahia grass. That's just sneaking in here. And that's because Bahia grass is planted a lot in common areas. Now, it's not very thick in here, but you can just see a few of these sporadically. So just want to let you know, if that's what you're seeing, then that means you have Bahia grass invading your St. Augustine. And I guess while we're here, Florida friends, it's time to start watering. What happens is we're coming off the rainy season now and we're getting into our dry season. The dry season here in Florida is the winter. By the way, I have an e-guide that'll help you with Florida lawn care, because some of us, we don't go dormant, some of you do. It'll kind of explain all of that. I'll give you, it's a free download below. But the thing is, right now, you need to start watering because you've been spoiled. You've had rain all during the summer here. It's rain every day or whatever. Not on the West Coast, we've been in a drought, but for the rest of you. And now the rain has ceased because we're coming into the dry season and your lawns are drying up. They're turning brown and you don't know why. It's because you need to get your watering game back in line. So you can see this is a big dry spot right here. And the way you know is you get down in here and you will see the St. Augustine grass blades are curled up. See that? See if I can get that to focus. See how it's all curled up? All of these are all curled up. See that? It's rolled because it's doesn't have enough water, so it's trying to conserve or do whatever it can. But that's how you know that you're low on water. And it shows up in spots at first. Let's come back here. So it kind of shows up in areas and spots, you know? But eventually your whole lawn will start looking like that kind of hazy color. And that's what that is. It's because all the grass blades are all closed up in there. Watering. I'll give you a link below to a video I did on how to do a tuna can test, because you want to put down a ½ inch of water at least every 3rd day. Here, let's stop right here. So this is my backyard now. That's my neighbor. This is my backyard. And I'll show you. So I lack sprinkler heads back here, but I have good irrigation in there. This is all Pro Vista. So look at the difference. This is well irrigated. I hope the wind isn't too bad here. Look at that. Big, fat, juicy blades just sticking up, grabbing the sun. So gorgeous. The Pro Vista is still such a beautiful St. Augustine. I'm going to tell you, after what happened in the front with my palmetto and how weak it is, I think Pro Vista is now my favorite St. Augustine grass. But anyway, then you come back here. Now we got a lot of weeds and stuff in here. But again, I don't have sprinkler heads out here. I need to go ahead and fix that. But look at how dried up this is. So you come down here and same stuff. Pro Vista, but look, see, they're just all curled up everywhere. Exact same grass, just this is not getting really any water at all. So that just goes to show you how important it is to get your watering game in line, because the rainy season has just ended and we've only been dry for a few weeks now, and boom, there we are. It's evident. So get that watering in line, my Florida friends. All right, y'all, so let's do some pre-emergents now. Pre-emergents are gonna help stop weeds. Now down here in Florida, South Texas, all y'all in the South, this is the time to go ahead and apply your pre-emergent, even if your lawn is going dormant, because weeds will still grow throughout the winter. Poa annua, hairy bittercress, henbit, all kinds of stuff, right? So in the fall, we do a little bit higher of an application rate, 13 grams per 1,000 square feet. Now that's only for warm season turf. Cool season, you don't have as much usage. There are maximum use rates on this product. This is the Prodiamine WG. And so cool season grass, you have some maximum use rates. You can do 5.2 grams per 1,000 in the fall. But down here, 13 grams per 1,000. And then I'm also gonna mix in some RGS. People ask, can you mix things together? And the answer is yes, if they are products that both need to be watered in. Pre-emergent needs to be watered in, and so does RGS. So these two things can go together. So we're gonna start by filling the sprayer up halfway with water. I'm gonna do 4,000 square feet today, and I have my 4-gallon backpack here. So I'm gonna start by filling it halfway with water. Now you have to have a scale to do this, so this adds a little bit of difficulty. It's nothing you can't figure out though, but some people, they don't want to weigh stuff. So just think of it like cooking. So I got it set, and you got to have a scale that can do grams, at least to the 10th power. So I'll give you a link to this one. I mean, it's not like I care that this is so awesome or anything. It's just one I got on Amazon. It works fine. So go ahead and get that on there, and then you got to zero it out again. There we go. So now we're at 0, and what we've done is accounted for the weight of that can right there. So 13 times 4 is 52, so we need 52 grams of this stuff. That's gonna be a lot. It's gonna seem like a lot, but there we are, 51.8, close enough for what we're doing. A little spillage over by there. That's why you do this on a hard surface. So there we go. Put the top on and agitate it. Add some more water. Now people ask me, do you need a surfactant with this? The answer is no. Surfactants are stickers, so that's when you want something to stick, like weed control. We don't need this to stick, we need this to get into the soil, so no surfactant. RGS, root growth stimulant, sea kelp, fulvic, and humic. Excellent biostimulants. Shake well. I'm gonna go oh man, look at that. I'm gonna go with just the minimum rate here. Actually, I'm going to go with the max rate, 6 ounces per 1,000. So I'm going to need 24 ounces of this because I want to really get my lawn going. Hopefully that sea kelp will help get things moving a little bit. Now we'll add the rest of the water here. We want to use the white flood jet. This is going to give us a larger droplet size. When you get in products that need to be watered in, you want a larger droplet size. When you're doing things that you want to stick, like weed control, you want a smaller droplet size of fine mist, but we want a larger droplet size. And this comes with the Yard Mastery sprayer, sold out for the year this year, sorry. But this tip will meter the flow enough that you have enough time to walk and that you get a big enough droplet size. I did a whole video earlier this spring on how to use a backpack sprayer. I'll link that below. It's really good training. Now this is pretty heavy. I think this is probably about close to 9 pounds per gallon, something like that, plus the weight of the sprayer. That's 50 pounds you got to heave up and get on your back. So it's better to really do this from an elevated position. Start like in your truck bed and get on it, but you can get it up. Trust me, I've been getting it up for years, and I'm a small guy. There we go. There we go. We are ready to spray and pray. Oh yeah, let me show you this. So see how I have it angled? See how I have it angled like that? That way it sprays away from me, see? So that's how you do it with the larger droplet flood jet tips like that. That's how it's supposed to be angled. Also, I think I forgot to agitate, so you can always just do that right while it's on your back. It's not gonna leak on you like some sprayers. Oh yeah. You ready to go over to the River Roo after this? Show them my moves. All right, let's spray it. All right, last thing you want to do is water this in. And this is a good time to check your head. See how the grass has grown around that one and it's kind of blocking it? So I'll show you next week in a video what we need to do to clear these out. This is another thing that happens every year after the summer. Those stolons I showed you earlier in the video, they wrap around your sprinkler heads, and then it causes the little bit of blockage over by there. So we'll talk about that in next week's video. And until then, this will be good enough to get me down a 1/2 inch, and that's plenty to get this watered in. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button and share with your friends, and I'll see you in the lawn.